Hey y'all. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How's everyone doing? All right. Well, we are just getting ready to go. If you're new to this, my name's Ari. I'm your trivia master extraordinaire. You should at this point see my PowerPoint screen to follow along with the answers or the questions so that you can put your answers into the form. You should also see me and also hear me. So if you have a problem with either one of those things, please let me know. Amazing. Looks like we're good to go. I think I'm waiting on a couple more teams, but maybe some folks got some last minute plans, which is totally okay. Oh my God, I love the fact that we have some Yellowstone folks in the house tonight. Yes.
It's like, okay.
Chat.
Show is absolutely wild. All right.
Magic.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Yeah, I keep like disappearing. Look at me, a magician.
I thought she said I was a me.
All right. I'm just gonna put everyone on mute while we talk about the clues, what we're gonna expect for tonight. Ooh, we have our last team joining us. Amazing. Just in time. All right, I'm gonna put the link to the answer form in the chat again. If you missed it, it's there. Also, just for people who might be watching this over Twitch, just not for any sort of points, but just maybe tuning in. I'm trying something new. Just try to follow along as best as you can. Just letting you know that if you wanted to join these actual games and play for prizes, you can actually sign up over Eventbrite, and I send you the answer form in the chat, and then that way I can record your answers and you can play for the prize, the big prize. All right. So here we go, guys. This is me, hopefully not in a bubble for much longer. Ontario is opening up as of Monday so far, unless Uncle Doug really decides to screw us again for the 15th time in a row. But yes, I hope that everyone has had a half decent partial lockdown wherever you are right now. I hope everyone's safe and sound, and we're going to have a nice, clean night of trivia for the third week in a row and counting. So here we go. If you take any pictures tonight, because obviously we have our crazy hats on today. This hat has been all over the world with me. It's been to Indonesia. It's been to Spain. It's been to all areas of Europe and also Vietnam and other places in Southeast Asia, Thailand, everywhere. It's been everywhere. It's my adventure hat. I love it. Obviously, I'm in Adventureland right here. Not actually. I can't remember what that kid's name is. What's the brown square? All I know is that it was just like something very popular from when I was in elementary school. I don't know. I feel like his name is Kudmodo or something. If somebody could give me the actual name for that, I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Aside from that, we are tagging all of our pictures tonight that we take in our houses. I don't know if you guys like made like a whole theme in your place tonight. I love seeing what everyone has done with their spaces. I just like to be a casual creep. And also it helps me accumulate some social media content. So that's the selfish reason why I ask you to do this, is because I'm doing trivia all the time, researching all these questions, and I don't have enough time to be doing everything. So any Sharing of the pictures really helps, and I love seeing them. It greatly amuses me. So there we go. First place winners tonight are going to win Kensington Brewing Company set of tall cans. These are delicious, delicious beers crafted by our local brew house, Kensington Brewing Company. They do all sorts of flavors. For example, they have a mango and lychee flavor. They have a lavender and hibiscus, which I love to have in the summer. But they also have like your normal everyday hazy IPAs and stout beers, which I also love in the winter time. So anything you want, this place has got it. And I will hook you up if you win this game. So what this is 10 categories of amazing pop culture trivia where I ask you questions about movies, music, television, but also like we have a new series of games in here tonight that I'm just trying out for the first time. So fingers crossed you like them. We have word puzzles and other logic games and stuff that I've included in here. So I try to make it hard to cheat at this game. This slide is just telling you what you should expect from today's game. So if you have not renamed your team name or your screen name to your team name, please do so now. Come up with a really fun team name, and that's going to possibly get you some extra points at around halftime. So I love scrolling through and seeing who was super creative. No cheating. I think that is like an obvious one. I try to make it as ungoogleable as possible. And please don't try to Google for spelling even. It's fine. Like, I'm a human. I know what you're trying to say. I'm the one marking your sheets. So if you are just like spectacularly wrong at spelling something, then it'll be a problem. But for the most part, we haven't had any issues with spelling. So don't worry about it. If you truly do not know what the answer to something is, don't despair. Like, just come up with something funny, clever, try to tie it into the question and pop culture and, like, I don't know, our shared experience in some way. And if you make me giggle, I might gift you with a half point here and there. Otherwise, the big point that I need you guys to really listen up here for is to fill out all your forms with all caps. Okay, that makes marking go so much easier, especially since it's only me marking this today. Usually I have my partner sort of helping me to mark these in the background, but she is at work. So I am totally by myself. And that is another point that I will say today. Be patient with the marking today. I mean, it's not going to be that bad. It's been pretty good recently since I found my flow. But just in case, we have like a couple more games here today, which I haven't done before. So just want to let you know that it could potentially take just the slightest bit more time to mark, and that's fine. We'll figure it out as we go along. We're still going to have such a fun night. Don't worry about punctuation or anything. I'm not going to be a grammar girl tonight here. But what I am going to be always enforcing is the inclusive environment that we have here. I have never had to kick anyone out for poor behavior or anything like that. And let's not let tonight be the first time that I have to do that. So other than that, I think that we're good to go. I'm excited. Can we get some hype in the chat for some trivia? Are we excited? Who is going to win this thing? I'm so curious. Guys, we have a couple newbies here today. Let's do this. Let's do this. With our special team names, the thinking caps on. Let's move it on to Discology 101. This is one of my new favorite games. I'm going to turn down my music because we're going to listen to some music of our own. What this game is I'm going to show you a song and 3 albums from that artist, and you have to tell me which album the song was on. So I will play you the song to give you a little bit more of a auditory clue, but at the same time, I just like to listen to these songs. So here is your first clue. Clue number 1 is Girlfriend by NSYNC. Was it the No Strings Attached, the NSYNC album, or the Celebrity album? And what that sounds like, just to give yourself a little bit of a extra clue, that is this song right here. Which album? More seconds here.
I don't know why you care.
Why you thinking about it, mama?
He doesn't even know you're there. Oh, no. 'Cause he don't love your eyes, and he don't love your smile. Girl, you know that ain't fair. The middle of the night, is he gonna be by your side? Oh, no. Or will he run it high? You don't know 'cause things ain't clear.
All right.
And baby, when you cry, is he gonna stand by your side? Does the man even know you're alive? I got an idea. Will you be my girlfriend?
All right, so that was your first song. I'll play these again if you want to hear them again, because I was feeling that one. Next one is a Beatles song. It's called Within and Without You, and I'm going to play that here. This is what it sounds like. The real LSD phase, the real Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds phase. What album was this from?
We were talking about the space between us and the people who
All right.
hide themselves
Moving on.
behind the wall of illusion. Never glimpse the truth when it's far too
Okay.
late, when they pass away.
All right, so that was your second clue. Moving on to Pink Floyd with the song Fearless. What album do you think that this was featured on? Was it Metal, Dark Side of the Moon, or, oh my goodness, that third one? What was the third one?
Wish You Were Here is the third one.
Wish You Were Here. Sorry. Thank you. This is bringing back my high school days. Oh yeah, I highly relate to that high school note in the chat. All right. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Moving on to our next clue, which is a big old favorite of mine. Let's give it up for Fantasy. What album was that on for Mariah? Was it A, Mariah Carey, A, or B, Emotions, or C, Daydream? Okay. Moving on to our last clue. All right. And our last clue coming up. is Here Comes the Rain Again. Was it A, B, or C of the Eurythmics? Sorry, had a tongue twister there. This is what it sounds like, just for a reminder.
Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion.
All right.
I want to walk in the open wind. I want to talk like lovers do. Want to dive into your ocean. Is it raining?
All right. And that is it for our first category. One and done. We're moving on to our next category, which is a new game for me. So perhaps you'll like it, perhaps you'll hate it, but nonetheless, it is a game we're playing tonight. So here we go. Cunning Linguist is going to test your command of different languages. So I'm going to show you a phrase in another language. So you will tell me what language it is. What language it is. The literal translation of that phrase, which is in multiple choice version for you, because I'm not a sadist. And 3, what do you think the actual meaning could be in English? So this is like, there's lots of opportunities for points here. For at least you might be able to identify the language, even if you don't, you don't know that many languages or know how to speak that many languages. And you can do your best to identify the multiple choice literal meaning. But some of these are hilarious, and I hope that you have a fun time with this game. And please do let me know in the feedback form of our next round if you'd like to see this game return or die in its dust right here. All right, so here we go. An example would be spookasm is Afrikaans, and it means ghost breath, but its actual meaning is cotton candy. So this is just a hilarious example, and obviously I would not expect you to know Afrikaans. This is an example of a clue 6 or clue 5, the hardest one, but this is an example of what the game is like. So here we go. Our first category or first clue here is amuse bouche. Amuse bouche. Or amuse bouche. Amuse bouche. What does that mean? So I have a few different meanings for you there. I'm going to read out the options for those who can't see the form. So I'm looking for the language. The direct translation is either funny lips, happy bush, or mouth pleaser. So what do we think that amuse bouche could translate to? And then there's an actual meaning. So the direct translation is often sounds very funny, but the meaning of it is something that we all know. I'm so interested to see your answers for this one. And remember, you can always, if you don't know the answer, if you know something clever, make me laugh, I'll give you a half point for that. I love giving out some half points. Love me some half points. All right, moving on to clue number 2. Clue number 2 is Nachtschneck. Nachtschneck. And I'm looking for the language, obviously. But what is the direct translation? It's either naked snail, nude neck, or crooked nose. Nachtschneck. Nachtschneck. What could this mean? You have about a minute to decide with your team what you think it could be. All right, we're going to move on to our next clue in just 10 seconds. So wrap it up. Just put anything. Just put anything. All right, here we go. Clue number 3 is dedos dope. Dedos dope. What language is this? Dedos dope. What could it be? All right, so the direct translation is either dopey dodos, foot fingers, or bite of foot. You might get better at languages by playing this game. I'm not mad at it. Sometimes you got to switch it up. Never done a foreign language category before, but I thought this was kind of fun. All right. Let's move on in just 15 seconds. So wrap up whatever you're doing. Okay. Here we go. Clue number 4 is Montagna Russa. Montagna Russa. That either means Russian mountains, racy landscape, or rushing money. What could be the actual meaning of that based on these direct translations, of which one of them is? So Russian mountains, racy landscape, or rushing money. We only have one more of these after this. So this is not your category. We have 8 more categories that could be your game. So stay tuned. We'll have some more movie and music stuff. I think there's at least one more word puzzle in here. All right, here we go. We're moving on to clue number 5, which is Kanth Langat. Kanth Langat. The direct translation is either lactic lizard, laboring labia, or larynx loincloth. Which do you think it is? These are commonly known actual meanings. They're ordinary things and possibly activities. So if you just want to check your work, I wouldn't torture you by like having something like one of the meanings be very out of left field. These are very ordinary actual meanings for very elaborate direct translations. All right, we're moving on to our next game. Hold on tight. Wipe off that sweat off your brow from working so hard. We have some viral load questions. Give me a second to, I might need to pause for a second in between this, just forewarning to you. But here we go. Let's move on to our first clue of a viral load, which is basically, these are all memes and archival viral internet content that has just been permeating our consciousness for so many years. These all have had like millions of views since they first debuted in like early 2000s, and some of them are more recent than that. So hopefully you've been paying attention to the viral culture. So here we go. Clue number one. You guys remember this song. There's two other things in this video which could loop on forever and ever. I want you to name either one of them. So there's an animal and there is a plant, I would say, something that grows. I want you to let me know what else is in this video other than the obvious animal that you see before you. There are two other featured things in this video that you see here. The Badger song. I want to know the other two things that are featured in this video. Either one will do. It's worth 1 point. All right, let's do it to it. Let's move on to question number 2. I want to know who this character is, who was caught in a fire in early 2012, I believe, and whose life was never the same. I want to know who she is, because she ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I feel like I say references video at least like once a month, if not more than that. Ain't nobody got time for that is truly like a life motto. I agree. The auto-tune was like, I think, did it start the auto-tune phase of viral video culture? Yeah, I think it was like the catalyst. And then it was Antoine Dodson with the hide your kids, hide your wife. I feel like this person should go on corporate tours and just say like, ain't nobody got time for that. Richard? All right, here we go. All right, so this is a boys' choir that ate a very interesting food before singing. And as you can imagine, like 50 prepubescent voices struggling to sing after consuming this food was very entertaining. Can you remember what food they consumed before trying to sing? You must be specific. Please be specific with your answers, and we're moving on to our next question. Here we go. So we're getting into the deep cuts here. So all your base are belong to us was a viral video or viral meme / video that came from a video game. It originated in a video game with a terrible translation that resulted in obviously all your base are belong to us. I want you to tell me what game it came from. What game is this this GIF from? All your base are belong to us. Ha 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 ha. What is that from? Make your best guess. And if you don't know, you don't have to know everything at trivia. It's a pretty good life goal. All right. Moving on in just a few seconds. Okay, and here we go. Last clue of. All right. I want to know who this historical figure is. This is a video that that featured a historical figure. This is a very popular virtual or viral video, and it features the actual historical figure and his likeness. I want you to tell me who that is lying on the beach, or who it's supposed to be. I want first and last names, if possible. Who is the philosophical figure that is being emulated here in this series of videos? What's everyone drinking tonight? I haven't had a drink in 2 weeks, and I feel like I needed to fix that. So, red wine for the win. Loving it. Loving it. I see John with a little tall can there. Like it. All right. Cheers, everyone. I have a Honolulu Island IPA, which is like the liquid Aloha brand. Anyways, it's really good. Here we go. Moving on to none other than cruise control. Obviously, Tom Cruise has a crazy amount of movies in his catalog, and we could never run out of asking questions about Tom Cruise movies. So here we go. We have just 5 questions for you, with one bonus question, I believe. So pay attention. Here we go. I just want you to answer the question about Tom Cruise and his movies. These are all multiple choice. So you have a 1 in 4 shot of choosing the correct one. Which of the following quotes is not from Jerry Maguire? You had me at hello. B, show me the money. C, what do you say, Ray? What do you say? Or B, you complete me. What quote is not from Jerry Maguire? All right, we're going to move on. I know there's so many more quotes from the movie. And that's such a random fact to know about human heads, to be honest with you, especially after watching the Times Square Killer documentary. It's like, that kid's the Times Square Killer. All right, here we go. Clue number 2. I want to know what film this featured GIF is referencing. Is it from Vanilla Sky, B, The Firm, C, A Few Good Men, or D, Eyes Wide Shut? I just watched this one recently. Very, very good movie. All of his movies are like fairly decent, which we'll get into afterwards, but I would love to know what everyone's favorite Tom Cruise movie is in the chat. I think mine would be American Made of more recently. I think that one is really good and underappreciated. But I do really like, I saw Eyes Wide Shut for the first time over the pandemic, and I was like, wow, that is really something. Minority Report is so good. I watch it like pretty much every year, but it's mainly because like it is so good. It inspired so much technology that happened afterwards, including the Bluetooth technology, which is pretty cool. All right, here we go. Clue number 3. Sad Tom. Which of these is the bigger box office flop? Okay, so these are flops. Is it Magnolia, Rock of Ages, The Color of Money, or The Outsiders? So out of these 4, which one has the lowest box office gains? So it's not these 4 are not his like any of his worst films, which is why the bonus point is for if you know Tom's all-time biggest flop, like all-time, then you just put that one in the bonus category. And please do. So like, even though it's a flop, like it could just be unappreciated, you know, because I would say that a couple of these are great. Like Outsiders, great movie, but didn't do well at the box office. Color of Money, also great. I haven't seen Magnolia, actually. I would, you know what? I have a few hours after this. I'm just going to watch Magnolia. How about that? I'm just going to watch it. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Moving on. So here we go. If you can see what's coming. Okay, so Tom fired his insurance company in order to complete a stunt on the world's tallest building in which of these movies? So was it A, Rogue Nation, B, Ghost Protocol, C, Fallout, or D, Minority Report? Which of these films was the one that he fired his insurance agency over to do a stunt on the world's tallest building? All right, we're moving on to our last clue of cruise control. Here we go. This is the cocktail question. Where was Tom's character, Brian Flanagan, returning from in the opening scene of Cocktail? Was it A, New Jersey, B, University, C, Bartender's College, or D, the Army? Choose your answer. Multiple choice. Give you a little bit of break here after completely murking you in the cunning linguist category. I just really like that what I titled it. I think it's a great name for a category. I hope you guys like that game, actually. I actually really want to do it again, but make sure to fill out your feedback forms.
For the biggest flop,
Yeah.
Is that just the least amount of box office revenue, or is it the least amount of box office revenue in comparison to how much money the movie cost to make?
Okay. So the second option. So it's like, so either it like lost money, like it's in comparison to how much it took to make is the, yeah. So basically if it lost money or made money or like was just mediocre. All right. So here we go. Let's move on to what do we have next? Undercover, another musical category. I love this one because we are going to listen to cover songs and you are going to tell me what the let's see. We're going to tell me what the original artist that sang the song was. Sorry, hold on. I clearly was tired when I was writing the instructions to this. Name the original artist that the song was that sang the song, basically. All right, so here we go. So these are all the second versions of the song. I want the original artist that played that created the song. So here we go. I'm gonna turn off my music while you razzle and dazzle me by listening to these clues. Here we go. Clue number 1. Who originally wrote this song?
You know, every now and then, I think you might like to hear something from us. Nice, easy. There's just one thing. You see, we never, ever do nothing. Nice, easy. We always do it nice and rough. But we're going to take the beginning of this song and do it easy. But then we're going to do the finish.
All right.
Rough. It's the way we do. Proud Mary. And we're rolling, ooh, rolling, ooh, rolling on the river. Listen to the story. Left
All right.
a good job.
So here we go.
in the city.
Moving on to clue number 2. Who originally wrote this song that Miley is covering? All right, so come back to center. Let's try to figure out who that was, and let's move on to clue number 3. Who is the original artist that sang the song that Van Halen covered back in the day? Here we go.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. And then finally, well, not finally, I have one more clue after this, but clue number 4 is a cover by the Pet Shop Boys, but it was originally by another artist. I want to know who that is. Here we go. By Charles Bradley with Changes. I want to know who originally sang Changes. So here we go.
I feel unhappy. So sad. I have lost the best friend that I ever had. She was my woman. I love her so. But it's too late now. I let her go.
Amazing. I'm so excited. We got through our first round. Submit your forms. I will start marking them. What I want you to do in the meantime is simply to go take a little breather, go to the bathroom, go pick up a new drink at the fridge, pick up a new snack. I'm very excited for us to move on to round 2, but we are going to do some marking first, and then you'll know your scores before we go into round 2. So just sit tight for a few seconds. And 1 second, I'm going to do a little roll call here to see if everyone has submitted their form. I have 3 forms so far, and they are from Hugh Janus. Hugh Janus. Is that how I think that's supposed to be pronounced? Trinity Valley Community College. Love it. And the Beehive, I'm missing 80s Babies. If 80s Babies can submit, I can get to marking. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to go on video mute for a second here. If anyone needs me, just call out and I'll be here with the answer. Otherwise, we'll be back in 5 minutes to go through answers all together, and then we'll move on to round 2. Perfect. All right. See you in 5.
Ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave him love and they end up hating on me. She told me she loved me and she been waiting. Been fighting hard for your love and I'm running thin on my patience. Needing someone to hug, even took it back to the basics. You see what you got me out here doing? Might have threw me off, but can't nobody stop the movement. Let's go. Left foot, right foot, levitating. Pop stars, do a leap with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up. They always leaving you far, but you run together. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you
want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. My love is like a rocket, watch it blast off. And I'm feeling so electric, dance on our off. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. My love is like a rocket, watch it blast off. And I'm feeling so electric, dance my ass off. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
Blue jeans, white shirt. Walked into the room, you know you made my eyes burn. It was like James Dean, for sure. You're so fresh to death and sick as cancer. You were sort of punk rock. I grew up on hip hop, but you fit me better than my favorite sweater. And I know that love is mean and love hurts, but I still remember that day we met in December. Oh baby, I will love you till the end of time. I will wait a million years. Promise you'll remember that you're mine. Baby, can you see through the tears? Love you more than those pictures before. Say you'll remember, baby. Say you'll remember, baby. I will love you till the end of time. Big dreams, gangsta. Said you had to leave to start your life over. I was like, no, please, stay here. We don't need no money, we can make it all work. But he headed out on Sunday, said he'd come on Monday. I stayed up waiting, anticipating and pacing, but he was chasing paper. Caught up in the game, it was the last I heard. I will love you till the end of time. I will wait a million years. Promise you'll remember that you're mine. Baby, can you see through the tears? Love you more than those pictures before. Say you'll remember, baby. Say you'll remember, baby. I will love you till the end of time. You went out every night, and baby, that's alright. I told you that no matter what you did, I'd be by your side. Cause I'm a ride or die, whether you fail or fly. Well, shit, at least you tried. We were dancing all night. 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 We were dancing all night.
my gosh, I was just chatting up a storm here. So sad. All right, let's go back. Answers for Discology 101. First up, we had Girlfriend, which was the first NSYNC album. Number 2, Within Without You, was probably no surprise that it was the most hippie-ish looking one of it. A Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band album. So good, especially when you're on acid. Clue number 3, Metal, was the album that Fearless was featured on. Also heavy high school nostalgia there. I didn't realize how much it would be. Fantasy is on the album Daydream. So that was C. And then finally, again, we had C come into play with Here Comes the Rain Again with the Touch album. I love how that guy just increasingly gets more and more distant. Like, he just completely disappears by the last album. He's not even on the cover. It's just old Annie. Loving it. Moving on to Cunning Linguist. You guys did so much better. I hope that it means that you guys have good feelings about this game. But here we go. First clue was French. The actual the direct translation was mouth pleaser, and the actual meaning was appetizer. And I noticed a couple of you put like something to that effect, so that I did give you the point if it was like small dish before your meal type thing, like that's an appetizer. So you did get the point, and half points were applicable. It was like kind of close, but not really. German was Nachtschneck. And the meaning of that is naked snail, and that means just a slug, like a grub or a slug, something that is probably in your backyard right now. Clue number 3 was Portuguese. Portuguese. The direct translation was foot fingers, which are toes. So good on the team who got toes. Good on you, and good guesses otherwise. It's fun to speculate. Clue number 4 was Spanish, and we had Russian mountains, which mean roller coaster. The roller coasters. Super ordinary meanings here. I love that. Montaña Rusa. I love that. Those Russian mountains. I'm going to say that every time I go to Wonderland. I'm going to go on the Montaña Rusa. Good for me. Clue number 5 was Hindi. The meaning, the direct translation was Larnax loincloth, which translates to the meaning of tie. I know that somebody put a scarf, which is like also something you put around your neck. So I gave you a half point for being like so close, but not really. So good guess for you. Moving on to viral load. The other 2 things that were in this video were I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the chat at the same time. I'm not a good multitasker, but clue number 1, there was a snake and a mushroom that also featured in this Badger song video. And if you want to kill a few minutes or an hour, you can definitely watch this on loop on YouTube. Clue number 2 was Sweet Brown. Ain't got nobody time for that, lady. She got bronchitis, and I hope that she is living her sweet life with her Coke and her cold pop. Moving on to clue number 3, we had ghost pepper. It was a ghost pepper that they ate beforehand. If you want to see how these prepubescent boys fared, and you haven't seen it yet by some act of God, please go watch it. It's really entertaining. Clue number 4, we had Zero Wing was the actual game that this is from. So good for you if you got that part of your childhood journey. And then finally, the hard one, we had August Strindberg, who is a philosophical figure. It was from a series called Strindberg and Strindberg and Berg and Helium. Strindberg and Helium. All right. Moving on to our next category, we had Cruise Control. Clue number 1 was, what do you say, Ray? What do you say? It is not from Jerry Maguire. That was from Rain Man. So there you go. Clue number 2 was from The Firm. Awesome movie. Keeps you on your feet. I also love Gene Hackman for some reason. Like, I just think that he's so funny and charismatic. Clue number 3, the movie that did the worst in comparison to how much money it cost to make was The Outsiders. And the bonus is that the worst movie, like critically and like in terms of money, is Legend. And apparently this is made, I have to double check this one, but it's like a fantasy sort of like fantastical journey. I think it's made by Peter Jackson or something. Hold on one second. I'm checking it for us. It's so weird. Oh, directed by Ridley Scott. Sorry, Ridley Scott, not Peter Jackson. It just was like, it was just too weird, too strange. Clue number 4. We had Tom firing his insurance agency over a stunt done in Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol, remember, it was the highest building, and he leapt off the building, was running all across it. They wouldn't let him do it. And then he was like, nah, fuck you. I'll find another insurance agency to fund me. And he did. Clue number 5 was The Army. Brian Flanagan from Cocktail was on his way back from the Army at the beginning of the movie Cocktail. Then finally, we had our round Undercover, which was cover songs. First up, we had Creedence Clearwater Revival, or CCR, with Proud Mary. Clue number 2 was 9 Inch Nails, Head Like a Hole. We're moving on to clue number 3, were the Kinks. The Kinks were the previous song makers of You Really Got Me? Yeah. Elvis Presley was the original song maker of this You're Always on My Mind, but it was also covered by Willie Nelson. So if you put Willie Nelson, I gave you a half point, because even I thought it was a Willie Nelson song before I did this thing. So I had to fact check myself like a couple hours before the game, where I like literally happened upon this other factoid like while doing something else, and I was like, whoa, it's actually by Elvis Presley. So I had to change it. All right, and then finally, Black Sabbath was the original composer of this song. It's so beautiful. Like, I love this song by Charles Bradley, but I didn't realize that it was so good by Black Sabbath. Like, I could listen to it on repeat, which I have been this week. So good. And now we have our halftime points. So just let me go off right off the bat and just tell you that best name is probably, like, no surprise, gonna go to Hugh Janus. I really like that. So good for you. And double points because I love your background and hats combo. So I gifted you 2 points there. Good for you. So thanks for participating there. And I also see John here with the cheer squad in the background. I don't watch cheer, but I appreciate what you're trying to do here with also trying to influence what I watch as well. So I'm probably going to watch
Trinity Valley Community College is the rival school.
Is the rival school? Okay.
Yeah. The main
That's-
school is Navarro, and Trinity Valley Community College is their rival.
I would literally go for Trinity Valley as well. Like they seem like the perfect. Yeah,
Navarro's trash. We're all about TVCC.
Fuck them. Fuck them. I watched the trailer and I was just like, I don't like these guys. I was about to watch it and I was like, they take this a little bit too seriously is what they do. All right. So with your extra points in tow, I feel like we can move on to round 2, but I'm gonna put your answer forms in the chat. So don't stress out because I haven't even put them there yet. All right. Answer form coming your way. 2.5 seconds. Okay. There we go. Round 2. Oh no, Bee in the Hive coming in with the spoilers for season 2 of Cheer. Kidding. I will immediately forget that was said. All right, guys. Give me a few or I'll give you a few seconds while you open up those forms. But we have even more pleasantly surprising and delightful games up ahead in round 2. First of which is a word puzzle, another word puzzle. No foreign languages here, although you would do fairly well in them considering your performance last category. Let's move on to Missing Link. Missing Link is a game where I show you 3 words that are linked by a single word. So for example, you'll see the example there. Ball, pit, and ants are all linked by the word fire. So fireball, fire pit, fire ants. So kind of works like that. So I'm looking for the word that links the other words that you see. So here we go. Let's get into this. We have instant, hidden, and candid. What is the word that links these words? Also, if you can find another word that works, I will also award you for that, obviously. Because it doesn't align with my answers doesn't mean that it's not correct. Oh, yes, score update. I definitely forgot to announce before we go in too farther in. We have Bee in the Hive with 10.5 points. We have Hugh Janus with 17.5 points. We have Trinity Valley Community College with 21 points. And we have 80s Babies with 23 points, baby, so far in this category. So let us just ruminate there. Use that to focus you, to propel you on to the next category. Also, shout outs to anyone doing this quiz by themselves. It is very difficult to do this solo. So you're holding it together. That ain't nothing to be ashamed of. I love it. All right, here we go. Clue number 2. Let's stretch this brain of yours to figure out what the missing link is here. Steel, balance, and laser. Steel, balance, and laser. What is the word that connects these words? I'm known for just having a little bit of chit chat in between these. So I'm just going to tell you what's happening in my life. So I've recently found out that on Uber Eats, you can literally order popcorn from your local theater. And since I haven't been to the theaters and Lord knows how long, I was like, I'm going to just do this. But they provide a like a massive bag. So like they put this massive resealable bag of popcorn, of movie theater popcorn. And I just find that it's like adds so much value instead of just getting like the small bag, because then you're paying for like the delivery fee for this small bag. So I just get the massive bag. And if you want, I can show you what it looks like after I switch to the next clue. So here we go. Clue number 3. While you work on that, I'm going to grab my snack pack. But the clue is sweet, chick, and snap. Sweet chicken snap. All right. So for the low cost of $30, here I have to turn off my background for the time being. All right, for the low cost of $30 Canadian, I get this mighty bag of popcorn, which is almost the size of me. Like, this is like my torso. And obviously I'm not going to have this all tonight, guys. Like, I just wanted you to know that, like, I would never do that. But this baby, like, holds me up for like 7 days of snacks, probably. Again, show the bag. This is it. It can take up the screen, guys. Like, this big. It's called the Mighty Pop. If you're in Toronto, you can order this. It's not that much money. And it lasts for days. Possibly weeks if you don't eat it like a hound like I do. Like, I can finish this in 7 days with my partner. So it would last more than 7 days if I didn't have a second person stealing my popcorn as usual. So annoying. All right. Here we go. Clue number 4. Prairie, bull, and guard. Prairie, bull, and guard. What word connects, links these words? It's not super warm when delivered. Sorry, just saw that comment. But neither is movie popcorn. You just put like warm butter on it and it fixes it immediately. It's really good. All right, let's move on to clue number 5, our last one of missing link. We have Panama, trick, and bucket. Panama, trick, and bucket. In America, movie popcorn is served warm. Well, in Canada, everything is cold. So just so that you know, that's how we do things here. And we warm our butter. We have warm butter on it. And that's pretty much it. Everything's stale here. That's why I'm trying my goddamnedest to get out of this godforsaken country. I mean, no, Canada's great. It's fine. We've just been locked up for so long. I just want to move to Florida so badly. I was like not very pro Florida at the beginning of this. Now I'm like, they broke me down. I'm like Harvey Dent here. They took the best of us and they just squashed it. And now I'm the villain. All right, here we go. Moving on to an aptly named category for my last chat ski. This is Chilling Like a Villain. I'm going to show you multiple different villains from movies that you will likely know. And you have to tell me the name of the character and also the movie that they're from. Okay. So first and last name of the character, not the actor, and then the name of the movie. Okay. Here we go. Clue number 1. Each clue is worth 2 points. What is the name of this character? Gotta love this actor. But what character is he playing and what is from?
We
Does somebody have a question? Or just accidentally off mute? No worries. We're going to move on to our next clue. All right. Love that eyebrow arch. Loving it. All right, here we go. Clue number 2. Another dastardly fellow. What is the name of this character? And what is the name of the movie that he's from? This is a crazy movie. I love it. I can't say anything, like, or else I'll give away clues. I've already wanted to say like 5 things, but I was like, oh, can't say that because it'll give something away. And y'all won't like the fact that I give away clues. Unless you need the clues, then it's a different story, right? All right. Here we go. Moving on from clue number 2 to our third clue. Who dis? Who's this? Probably needs a subscription to Smile Club, Smile Direct Club, which I hear has a pretty good sale going on. I don't work for them or I'm not in any way affiliated with them, but I just literally did hear that they had a sale going on. What is the name of this character? And what is the name of the movie franchise that they were a part of? Because they were in more than one. All right, here we go. Moving on to clue number 4. Who's this guy? Just having a little moment with his bird. Pretty bird, pretty bird. Another movie reference. Who is this? What is the name of the character and the name of the movie for 2 points? All right, moving on to our last clue of Chilling Like a Villain. Here we go. Who is this? Who dis? All right. Moving on. You don't know. Make your best guess. Sometimes your like subconscious just picks up on this stuff. Whatever comes to mind. All right, here we go. Next category. Whose line is it anyway? This is a television category. And I'm going to play you a clip from a television show. And you have to tell me which character is speaking. So I want the first and last name of the character. So once again, I will repeat. I want the character's name, not the actor's name or the performer's name. But all of these have something in common, which you will probably sense by the end of the category. So here we go. Clue number 1. These are worth 1 each. One for a half point for the first name and a half point for the last name if it applies. So here we go. Clue number 1.
You are not my father. I am not a disgrace. I am vengeance. I am the knight.
So I'll play that one more time. Please listen carefully.
You are not my father. I am not a disgrace. I am vengeance. I am the knight.
All right. So that was your first clue. I've been crushing this series recently. Moving on to clue number 2. Here we go.
As far as I can make out, edgy occurs when middle-brow, middle-aged profiteers are looking to suck the energy, not to mention spending money, out of the quote-unquote youth culture. So they come up with this fake concept of seeming to be dangerous when every move they make is the result of market research and a corporate master plan.
Tragedy hits the school and everyone thinks of me. The popular guy died and now I'm popular because I'm the misery chick. But I'm not miserable. I'm just not like them.
Mom's resentful that she has to work so hard, which obscures her guilt about actually wanting to work so hard. Dad's guilty about being less driven than Mom, but thinks it's wrong to feel that way, so he hides behind a smokescreen of cluelessness. Quinn wears superficiality like a suit of armor, because she's afraid of looking inside and finding absolutely nothing. And I'm so defended that I actively work to make people dislike me so I won't feel bad when they do.
Getting a little bit real there. All right, that was more than enough time to zone in on the voice. So we're moving on to clue number 3 here.
Whoa. Hey, baby. I noticed you have braces. I have braces too. This is the coolest thing I have ever seen. My unit? In my pants? Did I just score?
Upon reflection, that really sounds like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. Anyhow, moving on to our you know what? I can play that clue just one more time. I feel like you don't need to, but we'll play it.
Whoa. Hey, baby. I noticed you have braces. I have braces too.
Moving on to clue number 4. Who is the character that is speaking?
My chocolate chip cookies are done. These cookies are not for you. These cookies are for rats. These cookies contain the wonderful formula X29 and are not meant for human species, especially a lower species of sea stars such as yourself. Thusly, I reiterate, the chocolate chip cookies are only for my rats. Do you understand that?
All right, that one's a bit of a toughie, so I will play the beginning of it again. Here you go.
Chocolate chip cookies are done. These cookies are not for you. These cookies are for rats. These cookies contain the wonderful formula X29 and are not meant for human species, especially a lower species of sea stars such as yourself. Thusly, I reiterate, the chocolate chip cookies are only for my rats. Do you
All right.
understand that?
Let's move on to clue number 5, our final one of whose line is it anyway?
This advice comes to us from a fashion don't in fleece. It's gonna blow the pipeline, Kimmy, and your skin definitely doesn't need more oil. Lesson time, princess. With that trendy coat weighing you down? I'm thinking not.
Do it.
Whoa, back up, Chief. No, you cannot have my DNA. I have a no cloning clause in my contract. Remember?
That was then. This is now.
Yeah. And this is me saying I quit. Maybe you ought to lay off the caffeine. It keeps you awake. Do you have any idea what listening to you is like? It is so
All right.
boring.
We'll play just the beginning of that clue again, and then we'll move on to our next category.
This advice comes to us from a fashion don't in fleece. It's gonna blow the pipeline, Kimmy, and your skin definitely doesn't need more oil.
All right. Let's move on to our next category, which is a Mallrats category. It's a nostalgia round. So hopefully you guys remember certain toys from yesteryear that we all used to play with. Let's test our memory here. So here we go. I'm going to ask you questions about a nostalgic toy, and you just give me the answer. First up, what is this toy? Did you used to play with this? Did you play with this as a child? Making all cool designs. What is this called? What is this toy called? Or kit, as it were. Perhaps you still have them if you have kids. John and crew have them. No spoilers.
I was like, we have it right behind us.
See, this is like pretty much, this round is the only reason why you should have kids, guys. Like, is to be good at this category. Otherwise, as of now in my life, I don't see the other benefits, but I fully respect that they're there. All right, clue number 2. Clue number 2, what is this doll called? What is this canine toy? Mostly enjoyed in the 90s, but I think they still sell them. All right, moving on in just a few seconds. All right, here we go. Moving on to our third clue. What is this? What is this called? What is this called? There's a meme this week about this particular toy, like using this picture, saying that it was the makeup artist on the set of Euphoria. And it's such a good description of what that job is like, probably. Scribbles, mad scribbles. All right. Let's move on to our next category, or next question. Sorry, clue. What are these called? What are these called? Made by Fisher Price, but they're called a specific thing. I think I just used to play with these in doctor's offices or something like that. All right. Moving on to our fifth and final clue of Mallrats. It is a Tamagotchi question. I want to know what the second generation of a Tamagotchi is called. So, it's a second generation character which replaces the first generation Mamichi. So I want to know what the second generation is called. Spelling does count for this category. All right. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to move on. All right, folks. Let's move on to our, oh my goodness, we're already here. We're already here in our last category. Hold on one second. That went so fast, guys. Are we really there already? I guess we are. All right, so I'm gonna turn down my music because we are gonna party like it's 1999. If you guys want to dance and sing for this one, please do so, because it's fill in the lyrics. Literally, your whole job is to just figure out what the next lyrics are that when they are cut out. So you're going to hear the song. The music is going to cut out a certain period of time. Please fill in the missing words. I've chosen some pretty great songs here tonight. So here we go. Enjoy yourselves. Clue number 1. Here we go.
She never got a chance to hear my side of the story. We was divided. She had fish fries and cookouts for my child's birthday. I ain't invited. Despite it, I show her the utmost respect when I fall through. All you do is defend that lady when I call you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Me and your daughter got a special thing going on. You say it's puppy love. We say it's full grown. Hope that we feel this way forever. But you can't predict the weather. Miss Jackson times out of 9.
All right, love me some Miss Jackson. Let's move on to clue number 2. Some OMC.
Destination unknown as we pulling for some gas. Officially placed the poster reveals a smile from the pack. Elephants. Billy speaks righteous. Sister Cena says funky. How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Every time I look around. Every time I look around.
Every time I look around.
Every time I look around. It's in my face.
All right, I'm going to play those all again if you want me to do that after we play them all. But here we go. We're just going to go on to our third clue. Here we go.
Please don't come around talk about that you love me, cause that love just for me. I don't wanna hear that you adore me. And I know that all you're doing is one of your mind games. Don't you know that game beats game? So your best bet is to be straight with me. So you say you wanna talk, let's talk. If you won't talk, I'll walk. Yeah, it's like that. I got a new man, he's waiting out back. Now what did you think about that? Now when I say I'm through. Basically I'm through with you. What you wanna say? I had to have it your way, had to play games. Now you're begging me to stay. There you go, looking pitiful. Just because I let you go. There you go, talking about your. There you go, talking about your business. So that you love me, so I let you go. There you go, cause your life's not over.
All right. Once again, I'll play these all again one more time afterwards. But here we go. We're moving on to clue number 4.
Her hair is hollow gold, her lips sweet surprise. Her hands are never cold. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll turn her music on you. You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York snow. She got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you, all the better. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. She got Greta Garbo, standoff size. She's got Betty Davis eyes.
All right, y'all. And our last clue, and then I'll repeat up to the lyrics missing for each of these. But here we go, our last one.
Ari sits by the bedside table. The curtains are closed. The cat's in a cradle. Who would have thought that a boy like me? I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked away. I should have walked away.
All right, let's do a little way back playback to clue number 1.
She never got a chance to hear my side of the story, we was divided. She had fish fries and cookouts, but my child's birthday, I ain't invited. Despite it, I show her the utmost respect when I fall through. All you do is defend that lady when I call you.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Me and your daughter got a special thing going on. You say it's puppy love. We say it's full grown. Hope that we feel this way forever. But you can't predict the weather. Miss Jackson times out of 9.
Here's clue number 2. Please pay attention to the lyrics because I'm not playing the whole clue.
Destination unknown as we pulling for some gas. Officially placed a poster reveals a smile from the pack. Elephants. Billy speaks righteous. Sister Cena says funky. How bizarre.
That one I probably played like 1,000 times when I was younger. I remember playing it so many times. But here we go. Moving on to Pink.
Please don't come around talk about that you love me, cause that love just for me. I don't wanna hear that you adore me. And I know that
All you're doing is running your mind games. Don't you know that game beats game? So your best bet is to be straight with me. So you say you wanna talk, let's talk. If you won't talk, I'll walk. Yeah, it's like that. I got a new man, he's waiting out back. Now what you think about that? Now when I say I'm through. Basically I'm through with you. What you wanna say? I had to have it your way, had to play games. Now you're begging me to stay. There you go, looking pitiful. Just because I let you go. There you go, talking about your.
Okay.
There you go, talking about your business. So that you love me, so I let you go.
Here we go again.
Her hair is hollow gold, her lips sweet surprise. Her hands are never cold. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll turn her music on you. You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York snow. She got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you. She'll unease you. All the bad times.
Okay.
She's precocious. And she knows.
Moving on
just
from Kimmy there to our last clue. Here we go.
Ari sits by the bedside table. The curtains are closed. The cat's in a cradle. Who would have thought that a boy like me? I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight.
Okay, moving on from cutting crew and that last fill in the lyrics to our tiebreaker question. Then you can submit your form. I want to know, what is the sum of numbers, the mysterious numbers that were in Lost? So the closest to without going over will be ranked higher in the event of a tie. So if you know the numbers and can do simple math, then this is great for you. If you have no idea what the numbers are and you're just guesstimating, literally that's what this is. So may the odds be ever in your favor. Please do submit your forms and I will get on marking them ASAP. Same deal as before. I'll put on the background music and you will be responsible for submitting those forms and getting yourself another drink and a snack while we go through answers in about 5 minutes. We will have a winner after all this. I have one form so far. I have, 2 forms. Janus and Trinity Valley Community College. I need the 80s Babies and B and the Hive. I'm just waiting for one more now. Waiting for B and the Hive. And then I'll get marking. Thank you so much for participating in tonight's game. I had a fun time. I hope you enjoyed the questions and the variety and stuff, and I hope that you, express like your needs in the feedback, because I definitely take it to heart. If you want something changed or you'd like to see something, I definitely encourage you to give me constructive feedback, as long as it's just not like, fuck you, Ari. These questions were so hard. I hate it. I hate you. Please don't ever do that because I'll cry. I'm waiting for one more form. Be in the Hive, if you can submit that form. Sometimes it actually gives you a security question, makes you prove that you're human before it goes all the way. So please let me know if there's an issue on your end. Otherwise, I'm going to just start marking with the 3 that I have here. All right. So see you guys in 5 minutes. And Enjoy the music. I still haven't received the other form. So if you are B and the Hive, please submit your form as soon as possible.
just want someone to set me. I'll always be there when you wait. You know I like to keep my cheeks dry today. So stay with me and I'll have it made. And I don't understand why I sleep all day. And I start to complain that there's no rain. And all I can do is read a book to stay awake. And it rips my life away, but it's a great escape. 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 All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. You don't like my point of view, you think that I'm insane. It's not sane. It's not sane. I just want someone to save me. I'll always be there when you wait. You know I like to keep my cheeks dry today. So stay with me and I'll have it made. I'll have it made. I'll have it made. No, you know I'm really gonna have it made. You know I
Okay, I'm about ready to do our scores. Actually, do our answers and then some announcements and then our winners. I'm excited. Today's game was so much fun. Thank you for your feedback and everything. Seems like folks really enjoyed the new game, which is fun and surprising. I was like, it could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. All right, so here we go. If I could just toggle this. All right, so here we go. Our missing link game. You guys knocked this one out of the park. So instant camera, hidden camera, candid camera. Clue number 2 was steel beam, balance beam, and laser beam. Sweet pea, chickpea, and snap pea. We had prairie dog, bulldog, and guard dog. And finally, Panama hat, hat trick, and bucket hat for our clue 5. Chillin' like a villain. You guys also did really well. The answers for this one were varied, as I expected. So this is the Sheriff of Nottingham in Prince of Thieves, which is Robin Hood. Forgot about that one, eh? Clue number 2 was Calvin Candy in Django Unchained. Unforgettable Leo performance here. Then we had clue number 3, which is Bellatrix Lestrange from the Harry Potter series. Roy Batty from Blade Runner. Sorry. And then finally, Sergeant Robert or Bob Barnes from Platoon. So these were worth 2 points apiece. If you just got the movie, then that's 1 point. You got both, that's 2 points. It was kind of a mix in between here, but you guys, for the most part, did pretty good. And then whose line is it anyway? First up, we had Batman, not other than Batman. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. It's an epic animated series, by the way. Hopefully you guys got the theme of it by the end of things. They're all animated series that I pulled from this week. Clue number 2 was Daria Morgendorfer. If you just put Daria, I took pity. I was going to ask for the last names of all these, but I was like, not feeling like being that specific today. So for future reference, the last name is Morgendorfer. Morgendorfer. Number 3 was Butthead. Butthead of Beavis and Butthead. Clue number 4 was Dexter. And also, I didn't ask for the last name, but this is what Dexter's from Dexter's Lab sounds like. And that's his last name. So his last name is McPherson. You guys didn't know. He sounds so Russian, though, which is so strange.
Chocolate chip cookies
I actually don't know
done.
what kind of accent that is, but it's super weird. And then finally, we had Shigo from Kim Possible. Sorry. I want to say Mission Impossible and Kim Possible at the same time. Kim Possible was the show, but Shigo was the villain. So
This advice comes to us from a fashion
all right,
don't in
finally,
fleece.
we have our Mallrats clues. First up, we had Spirograph. Spirograph, everybody nailed this one. Clue number 2 was Puppy Surprise. Puppy Surprise. The puppy doll that also had other puppies as her babies, or their babies. Then we had Doodle Bear. Doodle Bear, the scribble-worthy bear that I never got as a child, and I don't know whether that's a gift or something that will haunt me. Clue number 4 is Little People, but somebody put Village People here, and it made me laugh. So good for you. Clue number 5 was Mimichi. Mimichi is the second generation of the first generation of that evolved basically from the first generation, which was called Mam-Michi. So Mimichi and Mamichi are the 2 generations. And then finally we had fill in the lyrics. Here are the missing words. You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. Clue number 2 was elephants and acrobats, lion, snakes, monkey. If you were close to that, you got the point. Clue number 3 was talking about you want me back, but sometimes it bees like that. If you're close to that, I would have given you the point. A lot of you were like halfway there, so I give you a half point. And then finally, all the better just to please you, which I gave you guys the points for just to please you. And finally, yes, this is our last clue. We have could come to this. Could come to this is the final missing lyric, which I think one team got. So good for you. And then our tiebreaker, which we don't need, only by 1 point, were we saved by another tiebreaker being used. But the answer to this question is 103. So if it went to tiebreaker, you guessed 103 and you were one of those teams, then sad. All right. one last announcement before I go to announce who the winner is. I do corporate games and stuff like this all the time. I can make a specific game for your group. I can fully just like customize it and create. I've done games for accountants. This is how like specific I've gotten. And I've done other like themed games and stuff. And we do a lot of collaborative activities. So if you're looking to do something live or again, virtually, if we're not ready to go back to doing things in person again, I'm your girl. So just reach out and I'll send you information and we can get funky fresh with your teams at work. And that leads me to our 100th show has already happened at this point, but I want to celebrate it when we go back into real life. So that's coming soon. We're going to have dancers and 100 prizes. So they're still littering my apartment as we speak. I'm just raring to give these bad boys away. So if you are interested in playing some trivia, for like a lot of prizes and just celebrate the fact that we've been able to just hang out and have fun for this whole 2-year stint, please check that out. And finally, I have a whole mess of Etsy games that I've put on there. Some of them are printable, some of them are PowerPoint things that you can also lead your family and friends at like your different gatherings over Zoom or in person, whatever you want. If you want to be the host instead of me, you can always opt to buy one of these really affordable packs, and then you can ask Urban Dictionary what drip means. And it won't be like a dirty thing, but it's literally just like a new style, new stuff. Okay, yes, that comes to my next point about a virtual Valentine's Day show. I didn't know if I was going to do it, but I think that I should because they've been so popular in the past. So I will do a virtual Valentine's Day show. I don't know what my live schedule is going to be like, but so far I think it's like a day where I don't have anything going on. So watch out for that Eventbrite link to come out, because if you want to have a date night thing, we can have it a little bit earlier so that I can have a Valentine's Day with my partner instead of doing trivia all the time. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I will do a Valentine's Day show. And it'll be really fun. And also, the day before Valentine's Day is the Super Bowl. So somebody is paying me to do a game, a Super Bowl game. But if you guys are Super Bowl people and you want to like something to host with your families and stuff, I can just provide you with the game. I don't know if I'll put it up on Eventbrite or whatever, or sorry, not Eventbrite, Etsy, but I can send you something that you can host with your family similar to what is on Etsy. So just let me know if you want that. Always reach out to me. I can make dreams come true. So that is the end of my spiel. Now we get to figure out who the winner is. I'm excited. The scores are tight and we have another squeaker of a winning situation here. So put your hands together for our fourth place runner-up with 22 points, who decided they were going to do this last minute and really just was a good energy in the chat. So 22 points to be in the hive, fourth place. Thanks for coming out today, and I hope we get to see you again and host you again. In third place, we have 25 points to Huge Anus. Great energy, guys. I love that you guys keep turning up and turning out to these. And I hope that you're up to date on Yellowstone. I mean, I assume you are from your background and stuff. It's wild. All right, which leads me to my last two teams who were neck and neck last week, but did Did things change? I don't know. 44 points to our second place, which goes to Trinity Valley Community College. Oh no. Womp womp womp. But yay! 80s babies win with 45 points. Oh my goodness. Another crazy win with 1 point. Holy guys, you guys are the ultimate rivals. You guys are like their Navarro squad. Good job, guys. I will be adding to your tally of KBC brews, and I'm gonna make sure that I get those to you this week. And then also, I have a question for John and Jen, which we can take offline before I send you your stuff. But remind me of that in the Instagram chat. All right. Yes, we're doing everything all full out this year. I'm so excited. I'll update the schedule on Eventbrite. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do this like maybe next week, or maybe I'll take a week off or something because things are opening up again. But just watch out. I will let you guys know what's up. It's been a slice. I hope that you guys have a great week ahead of you. There's only 3 more days of the work week, and then the weekend. So don't worry about it. Things are going to be fine. And if you need to have more fun, I can hook you up with more trivia. Just ask me. All right. Take care, guys. Really appreciate you. See you soon.